going to head over and show you one final item in our show tonight. It's In the Kitchen with David, and tonight we're going to bring you the 4-in-1 from Ninja. Now bear in mind, our 4-in-1 is not only a slow cooker, it's also a stovetop. It's going to help you with roasting and baking, steam roasting and steam baking, and it even comes with a cookbook with 150 ideas that were uniquely designed for this machine. Let's come over and meet Bob Wharton and take you shopping for the Ninja 4-in-1. Mr. Wharton, welcome back.
Hey, David.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you.
This is an amazing appliance that I think everyone should have in their kitchen. We hear from so many folks, Bob, who, after they get this, so seldom seem to use their oven anymore.
Right, lots of time they're not using their stovetop for most things because it's a great skillet. So it's
Exactly.
a skillet and an oven, goes right in the dishwasher, easy cleanup. So what's your favorite thing about the 4-in-1?
Well, you know what? I love its versatility. I love the fact that it's easy to clean. I love that every time I'm ready to make a recipe, I can do it all in one vessel.
Right, and you know what I always advise people to do? Even if you've owned this, if you haven't gone up to QVC.com and read the comments of people, I'm not saying to go there to see the 5-star reviews, I'm going there to get the ideas. People are so inventive about using this cooker. Once they find out they can brown, use it as a skillet, use it as a steamer, use it as a roaster, use it as a slow cooker. Now in this case, we've used the browning part to brown the meat, right? We've added stock, and David added the herbs in there. And now we're going to steam roast this prime rib, and we're going to do it in about half the time of a dry oven, and we're going to end up with a very moist content. So we're going to go over here, turn it from the stovetop to the oven. We'll turn it up to 375. I'm going to set it for 1 hour and 5 minutes. And in 1 hour and 5 minutes, what's going to happen is we're going to get this over here. So here is our finished prime rib, and two important things. One, you can do this in 1 hour instead of 3 hours, right? Mm-hmm. More important, we have cooked this almost well done, but it's going to be so much moisture. We lose so much less moisture because in a dry oven, you lose about 40% of the weight of your beef. In a moist steam oven, you retain so much more moisture.
Now, we're also going to make the gravy up top here, because remember, this cooker, when it's not roasting that prime rib, it turns into a stovetop. So I can go in and get all of my herbs out of there, the little stems. I think we've got them all.
And I'm going to turn it back to stovetop high now to make the gravy.
And we're going to leave the drippings down inside along with the garlic, and then we're going to add a little slurry to this.
If you look down inside there, you see how it's already bubbling, and that's been reduced. About 3/4 of the liquid that we put in there that we used to steam has been reduced and concentrated in flavor as the drippings from the prime rib are right there. It deglazes itself automatically. You're going to have the most richest, delicious gravy with that garlic and rosemary flavor.
And give that a little stir. And then get the lid on here so we can trap the heat inside and make a delicious thick gravy.
Now the same thing will happen with a chicken, a turkey breast, a pork roast, a lamb roast, whatever you'd like. So now we're going to take over here, and we're going to cut into this. And you'll notice that here on the outside, where this is medium well, look at this. See how moist that is at medium well? Because we steamed it. We browned it first, we steamed it. You can actually steam it first and then brown it if you want. We've got this beautiful, well done, and meat on the outside that is just shining and full of moisture. You want to have a flavor here?
I would love to have a little taste. Let me also remind you that this is an incredible value. It's customer top rated. Everyone's taking advantage of this great value today. Remember, if you were to buy the multi-cooker that comes along with the bake pan, the recipe book, and the travel bag, you would pay $196 at retail. We have it for you today at only $139.92, but then we put it on our maximum easy pay. That's 6 easy payments on your credit card. And we're going to help you out with something really delicious and so easy. We're also including that cookbook with 150 recipes inside, Bob.
And each one of those recipes were developed especially for the cooker. In fact, we're going to talk about some 30-minute meals that are really important. What do you think?
Now, unbelievable. Now, we have it for you in this beautiful bright blue. Then I have it in stainless. Most popular in the stainless. If you want the white, I have 1 dozen left in the white. And if you want yellow, 250 left in the yellow. Why don't we do a weeknight meal that we can do in a hurry?
All right, so in this recipe book, we have over 40 meals that we call 30-minute meals, where we take things that you already have in your pantry, like dry pasta, things in your freezer that are frozen, and we make a 30-minute meal. Now here, I've used the skillet setting to brown our onions. Then we're going to take some frozen ravioli. We can have dry pasta if we want. In this case, we're actually going to use frozen pasta. And then you can add whatever sauce you like. It could be a white sauce, it could be a red sauce. In this case, we're going to add a red sauce to our ravioli. Now, This is how much sauce we want to have left over when the ravioli is done. So what we did in developing the cookbook is we, through testing, discovered how much water you need to add to this. So by the time the ravioli is done, it will be reduced and right back down to that concentrated, wonderful tomato sauce.
Well, and the best part is, that cooks for how long?
That's 30 minutes.
30 minutes, and then we go inside here and look. Beautiful, cheesy ravioli with that great red sauce. The onions you sauteed earlier are already there. Spoon this out.
I know you're going to want to put some Parmesan on
we
there,
got to
aren't
hit that
you?
with some Parmesan. Let me get a little more sauce here. Perfect. And then a big generous sprinkle of the Parmesan and some parsley.
So we have over 40 30-minute meals that you can just go into your pantry, go into your freezer, throw them in there, whether it's chicken breast or pork chops. Meatballs is our favorite, one that's
Those are delish.
People constantly are commenting on the spaghetti and meatballs.
That's so nice, Bob.
Isn't that wonderful? And
Just
so simple.
delicious. And if you wanted to add ground beef to that, you just brown your ground beef in the bottom of the skillet setting.
Exactly.
And then add in your sauce and your onions and whatnot. You can do the onions at the same time you do the ground beef.
You basically do a skillet ravioli using the same technique.
Just delicious. Don't miss out on this. We're busy on our phone lines, and this is 6 easy payments on your credit card. Is that pork?
Yeah, what this is we're browning pork for making pulled pork. So again, the way we develop that richness flavor is we can brown first before we start the slow cooking process to cook that pork. So once we've got it brown, then we can add our garlic. We don't want to cook the garlic too long. Our spices, which we're going to sprinkle in here.
Well, that's true. You shouldn't cook the garlic too long because the garlic will be quick to burn.
That's
so
right.
you want to be cautious about that. And then add in, what stock are you using here?
Here I'm just using a beef stock.
Okay.
And then I'm using our
Ooh, barbecue sauce.
barbecue sauce, right.
Nicely done.
And this
Now, how long will that cook, Bob?
This I'm going to cook for about 8 hours, so I'm going to show you how we do that. We'll come around here in front. Remember, we browned the meat, so it's on the skillet setting now.
Okay.
Now, remember we used the oven setting before? Now we're going to use this slow cooker setting. You have slow cooker high, that will cook most things in 4 hours. It defaults to 4 hours, but you can make it longer. Slow cooker low. Now, if I'm going to be gone more than 8 hours, right, I can set this for 9 or 10 hours, and it will adjust. And it'll cook for 10 hours, and then it's going to default and keep things warm. Because remember, this becomes your buffet server, too.
Can you imagine how good your house is going to smell?
Oh, yeah.
After 8 hours of barbecue slow-cooked pork. Now, white just sold out. I still have the yellow, the bright blue, and the stainless. But white has sold out now. This is the pork that has already been cooking for those 8 hours, and look how easily it pulls apart.
Now, you see, here are the pieces, right? But I can just take my fork and my tongs, and this just pulls apart. And I can use this as my server. So once I've pulled it in here, I can set this to warm, and I can let people then make their own pulled pork sandwiches. Well, that's enough to make you a sandwich, David.
Well, I think that's enough for everybody tonight. And you put coleslaw on that bun. I love that.
Yeah.
So Southern. This is K42776. Don't miss out on this. And I'll tell you, customer top rated. This machine is amazing, quite simply. You've got everything you need in one machine. We're getting back into fall, but you know what? We're back into fall routine, but it doesn't feel like fall yet, does it? It's still hot as a match outside. We're going to be outside next hour.
Hot as what?
It's a match. It's going to be plenty warm outdoors here for at least another month or so, depending on where you live around the country. So think about this. You're not heating up your kitchen. What you're doing is you're letting the cooker do the work. The heat remains contained inside, and you've got marvelous meals that are so easy. And 150 recipes, Bob. This book is included.
This book is included. It's included with it. We developed especially for the cooker because we knew we were doing breakthrough things. We were steam roasting.
Right.
We were browning and slow cooking. And remember, this also has a steamer setting that you set, and it automatically will steam things. It'll buzz, come on, and steam. So this is really, truly the 4-in-1. The steaming setting is the last thing that we added. We didn't think we'd have time to show it for you tonight, but we ate so fast, we do. But this cookbook, go read about it because people love it. They'll use it. Go up online and read how people are using the cooker because they'll give you so many good ideas. Even if you've already owned it and you haven't gone up on QVC.com, it's just full of great ideas. And go to Aurelia's Facebook page, 3-in-1 Cooker Facebook, and you'll get 5,000 more ideas.
Wow. Okay, so be on the line for this. We've sold out of the white. We have the bright blue, the yellow, and the stainless. Bob, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you for being here.
Great show tonight, David.
You bet.